go.
Okay. Hi, I'm 𝘰𝘰𝘰. I'm in a band called Porij, and I'm here on Locked On Signatures to show you some of my favourite records. I've got a little tune coming out with Interplanetary Criminal on the 23rd of February, and it's a banger, so you should listen to that. Let's start strong, let's start huge. This is probably, arguably, one of the best albums ever made of all time. I'm getting strong nods behind the camera, by the way. This is SOPHIE's debut album. She is the moment. She will always be the moment. She changed everyone's lives, I think, forever. No one has or ever will do it like her. I think best producer of all time. Big statement. It's great. It's really good. You should listen to it. Oh, favourite song. Oh. Okay, I have lots of favourite songs on this album, but I think the one that really sticks with me is it cold in the water? And I listened to that the day I found out she died, Rest in Power, and I just absolutely bawled my eyes out, and I just listened to that song, and it's very moving, it's very powerful. But to be honest, they're all bangers. No Skip album, stunning. If we want to talk about another iconic debut, let's talk about Debut by Björk. You know what? We played 𝘗𝘯𝘦𝘦 Festival last year because I texted my manager, my live agents, like, Björk is playing. Please, can we play this festival? They're like, yeah, we'll see what we can do. So we got to play it, and it was amazing, and it was like one of the best festivals of the summer. But then we got booked for Latitude, so we had to leave, and I didn't get to see Björk because she was on the next day. As amazing as Latitude was, a bit of me was crying as we drove away from Björk. And you know when you like go to a festival and you go to like artist accreditation, and I could see Björk's pack as I was getting my wristband. Anyway, I love Björk. This album, big moment. My favourite Björk song of all time is Venus as a Boy. And it's a great bath song, but also I just feel like if you went out with Björk and she wrote this song about you, you must be the best person to have ever had sex, ever. Like, imagine being called Venus as a boy. High compliments. Love you, Björk. Oh, this is a fun one. This is a little Kate Bush record. And actually, growing up, I wasn't a huge Kate Bush fan, but it's got my favourite song, 𝘗𝘯𝘕. On this record, and also my partner is like a huge Kate Bush fan, so whenever I hear Kate Bush it makes me think of them. So yeah, this is a good one. What else have we got? Ooh. Oh, okay, let's go obscure. This is one of my favourite albums, and it is by Portico Quartet. And it's like contemporary jazz kind of thing, but it's amazing, and it's really like creative and really good to walk to, just good vibes. I don't really have anything personal to say about it apart from it slaps. I grew up as like a classical and like jazz trumpeter until I was 19, and then I had a wonky tooth, so I decided to try and be a pop star. We're getting somewhere. All this type of music is like very ingrained. You should listen to it, guys, it's really good. It's very intricate as well. I've always said I think writing a pop song is the hardest thing in the world, and I think to do it well is like a real art. But what I love about listening to this kind of music is that I think I get to forget about all the rules. It's like, okay, well, I know it doesn't have to be 3 minutes, it doesn't have to reach the chorus like by the first minute. You know, all those little structures that we have to think about when we're writing. With this kind of music, you don't have that, and I think that kind of composition is like wonderful because it's so free. Let's do Kendrick, I think. How many have I done? Okay. Up next. This is an album by my favourite rapper of all time, Kendrick Lamar.
I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin again.
And when I was in first year of music college, which was in Manchester, I travelled down to London again because he did a gig at the O2 with James Blake supporting. James Blake is like one of my all-time heroes. I think I spent like half of my student loan, like that ticket, and going down to London and seeing it. It was insane, and this album has soundtracked so many moments in my life that it could not be on the list. That would be so terrifying. I don't know. I think I would just be so in awe. I'm not a very silent person, as other people around me will tell you through gritted teeth, but I think I'd just be a bit shocked. But yeah, Kenny. Okay, this is my, well, I will say penultimate, but we don't know how much we're gonna cut. All of it. This is another beauty of an album. Was this the first Black Eyed Peas album? So this is the Black Eyed Peas' first good album. Second, I'm being told, is 𝘰𝘰𝘰𝘥, Our Love, Our Life. 𝘰𝘯𝘰𝘰 would have loved this album. It's just banger after banger, I can't lie. I listened to it on the way here and it just made me smile. It's so creative. I think that's what's incredible about this album. I think the Black Eyed Peas were making music so creatively. Like, this came out in 2005, but I feel like relevant 2023. Also, it's got a really funny album cover. Okay, my favourite tracks, controversially, I feel, are Like That.
When I didn't have the loot and I don't smoke herb, but I'm still real nice with the birds. So
Feel It, 𝘰𝘯𝘰𝘥, 𝘗𝘯𝘰𝘰𝘥, Low Fidelity. I know I should be saying Pump It and My Humps, but they're just not my favourite. I'm sorry guys. I gotta be real with you. I don't like the one with Justin Timberlake on particularly. And I'm not a JT hater, but apparently he's like not very nice, but he does have some 𝘗𝘯𝘰𝘰𝘰. This album, real good. And then I think this is the last one. Okay, well, last but not least is the ethereal, the gorgeous Florence and the Machine. And this was her album she released, I think it was right before lockdown. It was the summer of my first year at music college, and I just feel like, weirdly, I think it's my favourite Florence album, even though I think her first one, Lungs, is like no skip. But this one has so much depth, and I think she's so honest and raw. I just love it, and it made me really happy. She's a little South London baby, and then like listening to her like songs, and then like walking or cycling around the places she was talking about. I really love it, and I went to see it when she did the O2 when she was doing this. I took my sister for her birthday, and we were just both crying at the back. Like, we weren't trying to get to the front, we were just like in the space, just like crying. It was so good. She's such a queen. Did you hear she broke her foot? And then she had to take a break because like the doctor says I can't dance on a broken foot. My favourite track on this album, there were so many good ones. Obviously South London Forever.
What? Have to let it go, and what if one day?
For nostalgia. Then I'd go Grace for the tears, but also End of Love for like serenity. June, great opening track. So good. Oh, they're all good. She looks quite scary on the cover. Whenever I watch interviews of her now, she's quite like ethereal and so good. And you see videos of her on stage, she's fucking wild. I like that she takes on this kind of like intense persona on stage. I do that sometimes. I like to bully people on stage sometimes at festivals. Why not? It's a bit of fun. But yeah, that is my last. I've been Egg, as usual, and this has been Locked On Signatures. Go listen to Don't Hurt Me by myself and Interplanetary Criminal, which is out maybe now, maybe not.